So I get this question a lot in many different ways. So do you like your hair curly? Will you ever wear your hair curly? Are you allowed to wear your hair curly? I'm going to try to answer it all in 1 minute. So first off, not every station allows you to wear your hair curly. Not every workplace allows you to wear your natural hair. That said, my station does. They totally don't mind, which is great. But for me, that's just half of it. The idea of wearing my hair curly is terrifying. Growing up, curly hair wasn't really celebrated as much as it is now. So I wore it straight a lot. I damaged it a lot. So I never really learned how to do my own hair and take care of my own curls. How do you fix, like if you're having a bad hair day, how do you, I have no idea how to manage it. So my hairstylist and I are coming up with a game plan. I'm hoping to do it this month. I'm really excited. And hopefully I can keep it that way for a longer period of time because it's just healthier and cheaper.
All right, well, it all started with that video a couple of weeks ago that went viral with 2.5 million views and thousands of comments. I was simply answering a question that I've gotten a lot. Why don't you wear your hair curly more often? Specifically, why don't you do it on air? And I was shocked at the reaction. I wasn't expecting that. I went on to share a story because of the reaction that I got about when I was younger. And the first time I kind of realized that my hair texture wasn't really the preferred one. For context, I grew up in a Dominican community where curly, coily hair, the curlier it was, the worse or less attractive it was considered. So when I was about 7 years old, I was at a hair salon with my sister who had straighter hair texture, more preferred, and I say that in quotations. And the hairstylists were arguing about who would do my hair. And they were going back and forth, and I was confused about what the big deal was. And then the person who got stuck doing my hair, it just ruined her day. She's huffing and puffing, she's combing through my hair, and then my hair breaks the comb. And in that moment, I was so embarrassed and I was so ashamed. And that's when I realized your hair really isn't what society deems as acceptable. The Dominican community has gotten much better with that. And then just society in general, we're doing much, much better. And I think proof of that is the reaction that I've gotten on social media with a lot of the encouragement that I've gotten from you all in the pictures of your natural hair. But I want to talk about how to care for it. If you're thinking about making the transition, for me, I would be considered in transition, right, from going to straight hair to curly hair. So I want to bring in an expert on the topic to talk about that process, Nika Wissenhunt. She is a hairstylist with Aesthetic Salon in Arlington. Good morning to you, Nika. Thank you for joining me.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on and breaking this down for us, because I am not an expert. I'm fairly new to all of this. I want to ask you first about the process that I kind of went through to achieve this look, because it took a little bit of investment here, right?
Yeah, so the look that you have today, you are wearing a Flexi Rod set, which is an assisted curl manipulation to help your hair achieve the curl look that you want.
Yeah, and basically you just wrap the hair around like a flexible rod, and you leave it in for a couple of hours under the dryer, and it helps to give it, give it that definition. What are some other styles that people can consider if they're looking to make a transition?
Some styles that people can use to transition with curly hair, they can do flat twists, they can do two-strand twists, they can do braid outs, anything that will encourage the curl. They can do wash and goes. It's so many. Yeah. It's so many things that they do. Rod sets.
Yeah. Now, what are some things that you would say to someone who's looking to embrace their natural hair texture? I know it's really easy for us to compare our hair to someone else's. My stylist told me that your hair is like your DNA, right? Everybody's hair is unique. So what would you say to someone who's looking to embrace their curls?
I would just say be patient and be kind with yourself during that process, but also be open-minded. It's not what you originally think it's going to be. Everybody's hair is almost like a fingerprint. Like, it's a very specific thing to you.
Absolutely. Now, what are some do's and don'ts? I know I've been told that don't go on YouTube, right? And look at these tutorials, which are great, but it works for them. And then you end up doing the same thing. And not only may it not work for you, but it could actually be bad for your hair. What are some other don'ts? Let's focus on that really quickly.
I would say don't not consult with a professional just to get a clearer understanding of your hair. Go have a consultation with the stylist to get a better understanding of your hair. And I would say don't count anything out. Like try different things to see what actually works for your hair to give you the results you want down the road.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know you specialize in natural hair. So someone like you, and what I'm saying by that is there are certain hairstylists who do not specialize in natural hair, and it's its own field. So make sure you seek out the experts in your community. Nika, appreciate you coming on. Thank you for the tips, and hopefully people also reach out if they have any questions for you as well. Aesthetic Salon in Arlington. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I do want to mention, actually, I meant to add that the reason I decided to do this ultimately was because a lot of moms and dads told me my daughters would love to see you on TV with curly hair, someone who looks like them. And it reminded me of the 7-year-old me who felt the way I did at such a young age and how much it would have meant to me to see somebody who was rocking their natural hair and was proud of it. So thank you so much for the encouragement. And I guess I'm looking back at my 7-year-old self. I would have never imagined I'd do this on TV. So #GoodDayDC, keep the pictures coming, and we'll show them off all morning, especially of the kids. I mentioned that earlier.
Oh, that story was so touching.
It really, really resonates. First of all, I mean, I'm sorry that anyone ever made you feel not beautiful at any age. Nobody should ever have to feel that, right?
Yeah.
And you're rocking it in every way. We're going to talk more about it in the 10 o'clock hour.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, guys.
Well, still to come, Queer Eye Star. Oh, we're going to do your Insta poll. It's still on the hair
really
first.
quickly. We've been this is probably one of my favorite Insta polls because of the results. We've been asking you how you feel about wearing your hair natural at work, and 91% of you say you feel comfortable.
That's great.
That's a big deal, and I think it shows how far we've come. So 9% still feeling uncomfortable. Y'all, I was there like yesterday.
But you know, this is a testament not only to the people, but to the workplaces too.
So much has changed.
Yeah, absolutely. So thanks for chiming in, and then again, keep sending those pictures.
All right. Well, coming up.